Okay, guys, so this video, this is going to be a review of how to find the slope of a line. So I'm going to find the slope of this little fake graph that I set up here. And hopefully it helps you guys figure out how to find the slope of your lines. So I see that on my graph here. I've got hamburgers on this axis. I've got minutes on this axis. Now to find the slope, what I'm trying to do is find what we call rise over run. Okay, so what that means is I want to find 2 points, and then I want to find the vertical change and then the horizontal change. So the very first thing you need to do here is find 2 of what I call pretty points. So pretty points are spots where the line crosses exactly through an intersection. Okay, so if we zoom in, a pretty point would be like this point right here. See how my line crosses right through the place where 2 other grid lines connect? And then it looks to me like, well, I think this is pretty close to being a pretty point as well. Okay? So now I've got my 2 pretty points, my 2 spots where my line intersects a spot on the graph. Now what I want to do is I want to start at the first point, and I want to go up and then over to the next point. So that's going to be my rise and my run. So rise is going to be this section down here. Run will be this section up here. Now my rise I can count, okay? And let's here so you guys can see. And I'm going to say, well, it's 1, 2 spaces. Now, you might want to go ahead, you might want to count and say, oh, well, that means that it's 2. But it's not 2 because you got to look over here and see that we're counting by 2s. So really, this is from 12 up to 16, which is 2, 4 spaces. Let's get all those out of here. So my rise is 4. Now my run, I can count again. 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. Now I got to look down here and see, all right, well, it goes from 5 to 8. Yeah, so this is counted by ones. 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and say that run is 3. Now up here, I'm going to plug in rise over run. So my rise, I said, was 4. So I'll go ahead and put my 4 in there. Divided by my run, which is 3. Okay, so the answer here, and I can go ahead and even calculate this, right? So what I'll do is I'm trying to do 4 divided by 3. So let's go calculator. Ooh, let's see if it shows up. Good. 4 divided by 3 is 1.33. Okay, so let's write it in here. So my slope is going to be 1.33. Now the last thing that we need to do is to recognize what our units are. So when we say 4, for what? Well, I look over here and I see 4 hamburgers. Okay, so we're going to call this hamburgers. And then 3, well, what is 3? Well, it's from side to side, so that means it's got to be minutes. Okay? So minutes. All right? And so my slope would be 4 hamburgers divided by minutes. So we would come in here and we would do something like burgers over minutes. And here's how we would say that. 1.33 burgers per minute. So that little line there, that little divided means per minute. So if we were saying maybe it's cooking burgers, so it'd be I can cook 1.33 burgers per minute. Or maybe it's eating burgers, 1.33 burgers per minute. Okay, there's a refresher on how to find slope. Hope it helped.